welcome to this very special Christmas edition of The Big Match. And it's special because we have two outstanding games for you today from yesterday's much-reduced programme, the best of the bunch, in fact. Manchester United against Nottingham Forest. And also Everton against Manchester City. And from the international scene, West Germany against Turkey. But it's also a special programme because today we celebrate 10 years of Big Match Christmas shows, which means that some of our guests on the programme today from past shows are Elton John, Kevin Keegan, Mick Shannon, Peter Cook, Rodney Marsh, Bobby Moore, and a couple of little dogs that gave us all a laugh. And indeed, on that sort of subject, we're also going to be bringing you the best fun spots of the 1970s. And to round it off, a very funny man, Jasper Carrott, director of Birmingham City, and he's got his favourite football story to tell. But first and foremost, it's action. And yesterday's important battle between two of the First Division Championship contenders, Manchester United and Nottingham Forest. And it was a game that attracted a crowd of 54,000 to Old Trafford and was covered by ATV's cameras with commentator Hugh Johns.
And here he is, back in his hometown to start a new chapter in his much-travelled career. Stan Bowles played his first professional games not far from here at Main Road. Now, after spells with Manchester City, Bury, Crewe, Carlisle and Queen's Park Rangers, he wears a Forest shirt for the first time in the First Division to line up in this side. It's amazing when you look at that defence. Shilton, Anderson, Lloyd, Burns and Gray, 60 caps between them, yet Forest have just lost 5 First Division away games on the trot. Manchester United stick to the side that played so well when beating Coventry last Saturday. Gary Bailey's the only fellow there without a senior international game to his credit. The rest of them total 255 caps between them, a lot of talent. And not only are they unbeaten at home, but only 3 visiting players have scored here this season. The sharp form of Ray Wilkins was only one of the many outstanding features of United's exciting play at Coventry last week. It took him a little time to settle in after moving from Chelsea, but he managed to be worth every penny of the £825,000 that United paid for him. The referee, George Courtney of Spennymoor, County Durham, gets us away. Forest changing their strip today, of course, because of the colour clash. They're in all yellow. And the red shirts and white shorts of Manchester United. Forest now with Bowles, looking to get away to that attacking area away to our right. And now McQueen pumping that good and long for Coppell. Did well to get it back to Jimmy Nicholl. The ball through for Joe Jordan. And Kenny Burns was well positioned for getting that ball clear and hit it too firmly. A very difficult pitch this. 2-3 days of very hard frost, and it's really icy on top. Bertels in, and the ball on from Bowles to Francis. Francis being chased by Nicholl, and here comes McQueen at him as well. Both Gary Bailey here and Peter Shilton at the other end wearing tracksuit bottoms. That's McCarry getting the ball on to Jordan. And stabs it in, and it's a goal. Joe Jordan. 1-0 Manchester United. 1:15 into the game. A dramatic start for Manchester United, justifying their second place in the table. Some side this. A mistake in defence. Lou McCarry getting the ball on. And here's Joe Jordan, just stabbing it past the groping hand of Shilton. 1-0 United. And the game now held up for a moment or two as the Stretford end tried to assist their side by putting up a smoke screen to further confuse Peter Shilton. Clearance by Buchan, aim for McCarry. A tangle with Kenny Burns. Free kick. Wilkins on to Coppell. Wilkins goes again into that right-hand corner and wins a corner. Stan Bowles, he'd been back covering. And once again, Mickey Thomas goes across to take the corner. Gordon McQueen up on the line, standing in front of Shilton. Joe Jordan waiting to come in far post. And a click over the bar from little Lou McCarry. Tiniest man in that goalmouth lineup, and it was he who got up there. as this ball across, and it was little Lou Macari who got up really high, and he was only just over the bar. O'Neill on. O'Neill fighting to get there again, putting pressure on Thomas. McQueen just hoiking that up in the air. So it's Kenny Burns and Lou Macari. Gray off balance, but he had to whack it first time. That ball will drop for Birtles. And Jimmy Nicholl was first man there. Jordan and Anderson. Jordan gets it down to Thomas. There's McElroy. The cross. So Jordan couldn't get there, and Thomas tries it. And Lou Macari on the turn. Oh, good one, but Jordan's going to score his second goal. It's 2-0. Joe Jordan, but put it down there to Lou Macari. This ball in from McElroy. The ball out. Thomas tried a shot on the turn, on the volley rather, didn't work for him. Macari beats Shilton, just gets a touch there, stops it nicely, and Jordan says, thank you, I'll have that. Lou Macari then the man who made the goal, Joe Jordan the man who scored it. McQueen. Jordan. Pumps it across to Coppell. That was a good ball. He's got support from Jimmy Nicholl. Goes instead for McElroy. And here's Nicholl now. Big long one, and nobody's picked up Jordan. And over the bar by Thomas, but that should have been a third goal. And where was that Forest defence then? To have left a dangerous man like Joe Jordan wide on the far post unmarked. Jimmy Nicholl, a beautiful ball. But where are the yellow shirts of Forest? Joe Jordan. And Thomas over the bar. A let-off. Robertson wants Gray to kick it clear. It's a throw-in, says the linesman. A challenge of Macari. Coppell getting it in the back from Frank Gray. And a little bit of needle suddenly erupts over in that far corner of the field. Mickey Thomas and Ray Wilkins sorting it out between them. And it's Wilkins. And McQueen. Yes! Shilton absolutely beaten. All ends up by Gordon McQueen. Oh, the big smile on that fella's face. Here's the free kick from Wilkins, and look at the power and challenge of this giant man. Woof! Shilton, no chance. 3-0. 2 weeks in a row, Gordon McQueen has scored for Manchester United. There's the scoreline, 3-0. 23 minutes of this first half gone, and still goals to come, I'm sure. Ken Burns. O'Neill and Buchan. And O'Neill won that one. He was being pulled from behind, free kick to Forest. Martin Buchan and Mickey Thomas were about to form the wall. Martin Buchan being waved away now. So O'Neill with the free kick. Larry Lloyd's up in the box, so's Ken Burns. And the clearance comes from Jimmy Nicholl. McGovern. But Coppell is there, a little low ball for Macari. Immediately released to Wilkins. And he sends Coppell deep into the corner. Again, Forest spread-eagled. Oh, beautiful try from Wilkins. Oh, he took that one on the dead run and deserved better. Oh, what a beautiful try. Again, a sweeping, swinging attack with Coppell going into the corner. And Ray Wilkins, seeing this ball from Coppell, hanging in the air, really attacks it. And hands of Shilton drag the ball down. Anderson. Oh, and he's given the ball away in a very, very dicey situation. Thomas. It's an attack 3-on-3 at the moment. Coppell coming in from the far side. Now Forrest have got a chance to bring the troops back. And Mickey Thomas promptly gave the ball away. O'Neill then to Bowles. Francis wide to his left. McGovern making a run through the middle. Stan the man doing it all on his own, and a good ball off to Francis. To the line. The cross. And the ball over the bar from McIlroy. Gary Birtles got a touch to that across the face of the goals, but there was no Forest man to capitalise. Good run here by Francis. The touch across. Touched by Birtles, but nobody there as McIlroy knocks it over the bar for the corner. And that's the closest Forest have been for a very long time. Now Robertson with the corner. Larry Lloyd tried it. McQueen was there first. Here's Bowles. Off to Robertson. The cross for Larry Lloyd. Smother save from Gary Bailey. And United sweep back. Ray Wilkins. Tackled out of it by O'Neill. Francis going down the right. Here comes Gordon McQueen at his heels. Support from O'Neill if he wants it. Here's Anderson. And now O'Neill. O'Neill's still there. And the tenacious work of little Lou Macari, helping out his defence. Anderson. And again Lou Macari in sharply and fast. Birtles. Anderson looking for the cross. Getting the corner. This is Forest only on their second corner of the game, and we've been going over half an hour. Forest 3-0 down. Do desperately need something to get back into this game. Bowles looking to take the corner. Left-footed to get a little curl on it. Lloyd across the face of the goals. And Robertson. And McQueen stabs it away. Well, that was so close. Offside flag is up, catching Kenny Burns. Well, that was a desperate moment for the United defence, but they lived through it. Oh, and his pace takes him away. What about the cross? He's at first to the ball again, even falling down. Nichols' cross. That's a high hanger. Burns was up, delivers it to Coppell. Whacks it against McGovern. Corner kick. So, Thomas to deliver, left-footed. There's McQueen, number 5, on the goal line. Coppell got a touch and McQueen misses an open goal. Came to him fast. I think the ball really hit McQueen on the head rather than he doing anything deliberate. Might be able to see more clearly as this corner comes across from Mickey Thomas. It was Coppell who got a touch here, and the ball flashes onto McQueen's head and just wide of the post. There's Francis for O'Neill. O'Neill is still there. The cross. And the ball out. Wilkins who got it clear. The pressure still on from Forest as Robertson goes at them. Jimmy Nichols' header. Back to Robertson. Invites O'Neill to cross one in. See what he can do. And he dwelt. And Thomas bit. So Stan Bowles will come to take the corner. Wondering if he might get a chance at this. And chipped away beautifully by Bailey and stabbed away over the bar. Jordan, I think, have got it over the bar. Go for a corner on the far side of the park. There's tremendous reactions by Bailey. So, yet another corner. Barely 20 seconds of this half left. Comes Bailey, can't get there. McQueen did. McIlroy thumps it clear. And again. And a break on for United with Wilkins. Oh, he should have done better than that. It's McQueen. McGovern. Bertels down for Bowles. Taken out by Wilkins. McIlroy takes it on to Coppell. McIlroy. Nobody near him. Steadies himself, looks for the cross ball. Did not deliver it away. Frank Gray charged it down. As referee George Courtney signals the end of a tempestuous first half for Manchester United. Torment for Forest. Manchester United ahead through Jordan, inside a minute and a quarter. Jordan put them further in front. McQueen crowning a lot of hard work in defence with the third goal. Manchester United totally in the boss seat here at half-time, 3-0. And it's the all-yellow strip, Nottingham Forest. Now attacking the goal to the left, the goal in which United planted those 3 first-half goals. Once again, the pressure builds on the Forest defence. That was Mickey Thomas going up the corner against Viv Anderson. Houston. And the shot? No, a free kick's already been given for pushing. Here's Lloyd for Forest. Robertson is not going to catch that. After Francis. Trevor Francis looking for the penalty. It was never on for him. In the meantime, United cut back through Coppell. And Wilkins. Jordan. Forrest stretched a bit. Ball hitting Anderson, goes for the corner. Wilkins trotting over to take the corner. Joe Jordan comes this way to get around about the far post. It'll be Gordon McQueen coming down to get on the line. In fact, McQueen waves at Wilkins, says, hang on, I'm not ready. Now I am. There's McQueen. Big man got so close again. Shakes his head. Had a bang on the head playing for Scotland against Belgium on Wednesday. Got it on the same spot, I think. McGovern. Little pass on for Bowles. Francis can throw this ball in quickly, might pick up a free man. Here's for O'Neill. O'Neill with Bucket at his back. Towards a clearance. McGovern. Bertels. And that's Dan Bowles. So very nearly opened his account then for Nottingham Forest. It's a well-worked opening by Forest. Deserve better for their pains. So they've got to build again now through Lloyd. Francis. Francis tight to the line. And a corner. Bowles goes to take the corner. That's Francis going near post. Header across and over the bar by O'Neill. How did he miss that one? Unless, well, it looks as though he might have been giving offside, but I can't see how that could be possible. This ball swings across from the corner, from Bowles' corner. Now there's the chance dropping down for O'Neill. And he will belt it clean over the bar. Anderson did well. Now, can he deliver a ball? McGovern. Stretched wide for Robertson. Here's a chance. Once again, the chance was there and it went begging. And Forrest constructed something very neatly that time, mostly through the work of Anderson. McGovern in, sees Robertson unmarked. And there's a whole piece of goal for Robertson to aim at. He had all the time, kills the ball, but off target. Thomas again, the tackle. It's handball. Well, the referee overrules his linesman. And that looked as though the ball had gone out. And still Forrest can't get it near the goals. Francis, good try. Bailey away. Oh. Trevor Francis, you can see the quick turn here as that ball bobbles about. Francis the first man to it. Turns here, snapshot. Bailey reacted very well indeed. Old Trafford fans well pleased that they're seeing another Manchester United win here. This will be their 9th at home in First Division this season. They've dropped points to Palace in a 1-1 draw, Leeds in a 1-1 draw. But from the others, it's been full points every time. And here goes Koppel. Drive across the goal. That, I suppose, is as close to being United's best-looking chance of this second half. Joe Jordan's ball on. Koppel not picked up. Difficult angle. Aims for the far post and was well wide. And referee George Courtney ends the entertainment here just before Christmas. And the festive spirits happy for Manchester United fans. The first half goals of Joe Jordan 2, Gordon McQueen the third, wrapping up 2 Christmas present points for Manchester United here at Old Trafford, beating Nottingham Forest 3-0.
Well, after the game, the Manchester United manager Dave Sexton said, "For the first 25 minutes, it was the best football United have played since I took over. We are now in the right mood to take on Liverpool at Anfield on Boxing Day." Well, you can see just how tight that is at the very top there. Liverpool, Manchester United, both with 30 points. And look at the gap they've opened up. 6 points now on the rest of the field there. And I think the only thing worth commenting really on the rest of the field at that moment is that Southampton have forced their way up into 4th position. All right, coming up later on in the Christmas special, we've got some star names for you and some laughs to go with them. And highlights also from the game between Everton and Manchester City. That comes up after this break. Welcome back. And now it's time to tread back through Big Match Christmases past to remind you of some of the men and the moments that we've celebrated at this time over the past decade. And indeed, I think we've got something for all the family, whether you're a football fan or whether you're not. And regular Big Match viewers would know, of course, that we've always tried to bring you something a little different in our Christmas programmes. Players doing the introductions, for example, and star names from show business as well. Well, we've taken the programme out of the studios too, as we did in 1971, when we went to Dr. Bernardo's home in Essex. And our guests that day were Frank McLintock, then of Arsenal, and Geoff Hurst, then of West Ham United. And obviously it was a day that the children, and indeed we ourselves, will remember for a long time. A year later, our Christmas show was introduced by David Webb, then of Chelsea, with a lot of help, or otherwise, from Mike England, then at Tottenham, and a slimmer-looking Alan Mullery.
As it's Christmas, the lads here thought you might like a laugh at the end of the programme. Peter Osgood has never stopped talking about his meeting with Rackle Welsh a few weeks ago, and we've not stopped going green with envy. Ozzy asked me if we could show it again. So how about this, Oz?
Chelsea support.
Well, I am.
Well, there's something for you to remember as well, anyway.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you very much.
Kiss me, honey, honey, kiss me. Thrill me, honey, honey, thrill me. Don't care even if I blow my top, but honey, honey, don't stop.
Well, Well, in 1974, Terry Mancini had taken over the reins. Terry then with Queen's Park Rangers. And with him were Rodney Marsh and Terry Venables. And they really enjoyed themselves when we showed them some old photographs of players.
Anyway, the last letter this afternoon is from Jeff Cook, aged 5, from 67 Wisden Road, Stevenage, Hertfordshire. He says, Dear Brian Moore, after your interview with Rodney Marsh last week, I thought I would like to give him a Christmas present. Well, I'm going to give it to TV for Rodney.
Oh, no, a bit strong.
No, I think it's a wonderful gesture. It's
And
about time someone combed his hair.
But you're not really in a position to have a go at people's hair, are you? I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll give you this to Rodney if I can give you a flannel. Give it a wipe over.
No. I always carry
That's
me
very
over.
nice of you.
All right, that's from Jeffrey.
Thanks a lot, Billy Bull.
Anyway, now on the big match again for our Where Are They Now spot. And this week's Where Are They Now spot is a little bit different. I can guarantee some shocks and laughs. The fellas we're going to look at now are still playing today, so let's turn the clock back and see how many of them you can recognise. Here's the first one. Rodney.
That's the FA Cup in 1960.
Oh, seriously now, who's that?
That's a rascal haircut, isn't it?
That's my good friend Alex Stepney.
Alex Stepney, very good.
Goodness gracious.
No, that's the FA Cup in 1962.
That's Renton ugly, isn't it?
Oh, no.
Oh, I didn't think he had ears.
I'll guess Rodney Marsh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Jeffrey.
it's bugs, look.
Oh, he won't be happy with that one.
He won't be too impressed. But anyway, he's not in the London area, so we can have a go at his ratings.
Renton Hampstead, isn't it?
Oh,
okay.
Where do he keep getting his ears from? Own up, seriously.
Peter Bonetti, yeah. Go.
Peter
Peter
Bonetti.
Bonetti looking well there, cat.
Yeah, go.
Oh, yeah. Have a spot up.
That's
I don't know.
Valdemar Venables.
Spot the spot. On the spot. Malcolm McDonald.
Oh, Malcolm.
Planet of the Apes.
Ah, that's a bit strong, that. Leave me out. What's that?
That's terrific, that is.
Henry with a thatched head. God, I didn't... Oh, look at her!
Oh, no.
Well, leave it out. It looks good. That look a bit taken
Actually,
off.
we thought the other one was a wig.
In 1975, Bobby Moore was your host at Christmas, and Peter Taylor, then of Crystal Palace, was one of our guests, with Rodney Marsh, a little more snappily dressed this time, making a return visit.
For everybody concerned now, Peter's going to do an impression of Norman Wisdom.
Something like that, Roger, yeah.
Well, let's see you then, Peter.
I've been forcing this, viewers, Mum, Dad. I didn't want to do it. I like that, Rod. Is that all right?
Yeah, where you go, Pop?
Is that all right?
Well, I did it all. Mr. Grimm's out! We're back again!
We're at the fall, isn't it?
That's all I'm doing. I ain't doing no more of that.
That's marvellous, Peter. Very good Maxwell. What do you reckon, Rodney? Nearly as good as Freddie Starr?
Yeah, it wasn't bad, was it? I think it was very good, actually. And I thought it was better than last year when Venner's done something last year. But let's hand over now to Brian Moore to introduce the third match. There you go, Brian.
Hello, dear. Well, this is a real thriller. They say it's the best game they've ever seen at the baseball ground.
Looking quite good in those days. I wonder what it was that went wrong. Well, we switched the emphasis in 1976 to the world of show business, and we couldn't have got a bigger name to introduce our programme that year than Elton John. And he had two big names with him on the programme that year. Kevin Keegan, still at Liverpool in those days, of course, and Mickey Shannon from Southampton.
Thank you very much for lending me these glasses. I think, you know.
And who
I think
gave you
they
the
suit me,
earrings?
actually.
Sorry? Where did you get the earrings from?
Do you like them? I thought they're quite nice, actually.
Thanks.
Does a lot for
Borrowed
you.
at Watford.
Does a lot for you, that. Hold on, well, I think it's about time we had a bit of a laugh here. If I just get my glasses on. It's one of those big match sequence of own goals, and nothing more heartbreaking for a professional footballer than to put one in the back of his own net. But I think you'll agree with me when you see these that it creates a bit of a laugh for everyone else. And we've stuck together a few, and we're going to call them the Right All Rickets of 1976. And we apologise to the players involved, but.
Davy To Lindsay, good play there, and just a little too high, an own goal by Ernie Howe.
MacDonald trying to flick on, and here's ball. Now a good opening for fullback Nelson. Oh, and an own goal of Hunter.
James, Loska for Chester.
That's over the goalkeeper's head by Phil Botton. It's gone in.
Reed, Byram's flick.
And it's another own goal. Gary Wilkins.
And the pressure now back on United. Salas. Oh, it's an own goal.
Oh dear. Some of those are pretty good goals as well. I think that if I had to vote for one that was the own goal of the year, I think the Ernie Howe one was pretty good. Great header, Ernie. Never mind. Have you scored any own goals between you used to? Yeah, I mean...
I've scored one about 6 years ago when I was a young lad against Everton.
More than 6 years ago, because when you was a young lad, I'll tell you. I did mine at Crewe.
So have a lot of people.
No, I had the misfortune at Crewe when I played at Scunthorpe, you know. But a long time ago, and when I was about 17. It's not that long ago, really.
Well, in 1977, we changed the formula again and had a series of star guests making special appearances. And among them was Peter Cook, a Spurs fan, who spoke after their game that day when they drew 2-2 with Crystal Palace.
Basically my fault, because last time I was here we scored 9 goals and I was in the toilet for all 9, and I built up a superstition every time I went to the toilet we'd score, and this time I only went to the toilet twice because I hadn't had so much, and we only got 2, but that's football, as they say, innit? I was going to the toilet, actually. It's not football at all. There was a lot of jostling in the toilet. I had 3 penalties I should have had. Right fouls from behind, you know, over the top, under the bottom, in fact. I didn't see much of the game. I was stuck in the toilet waiting for a goal.
So you didn't see any chances that Tottenham missed?
Yeah, I saw about 58 chances that Tottenham... Well, I didn't miss so much as Palace players, with typical disrespect to the ground, coming and getting away. There's a lot of lanky lads from Palace, under the direction of Venables, who's picked up all his tricks here. Like that throw-in, he directed that throw-in which they gave. It landed on a Palace player's foot and he bunged it in the goal, which is very distasteful to a Spurs fan. And another time Peter Taylor got fouled and the Spurs players naturally stopped to converse and talk about the meaning of life. And from Palace took the ball and went and kicked it in the net. I mean, that's not the way to play football.
Well, also that year, a couple of sprightly young guests who showed form and fitness and a surprise finale. Well, over all those years, one of the most popular features with you has been the Fun Spot. These are the best of them, and a musical introduction goes with them for good measure.
And right now, it's one of my favourite moments of the year, one of the bigger moments for me, so I'll do a big fanfare. Oh, I told you I should have got Ross Conway. Ta-da! Right, here's Christmas Fun Spot.
Well, I hope you enjoyed it as well. And now, clearly, we've got to think of something quite different for Christmas 1980. But coming up next, West Germany against Turkey, Everton against Manchester City, and an interlude from Mr. Jasper Carrott. That's in a moment. Welcome back. And next, our second match of the day, and it's the First Division game between Everton and Manchester City. It was covered by the cameras of Granada Television with the commentator Gerald Sinstadt. Everton here are in the white shorts, and there's a seasonal start to the game.
It's Paul, is it? Hello, Paul. Merry Christmas to you, mate. All the best, all the best. Yes, meet my linesman. Hello, Mick, all the best. Have a Merry Christmas. Yes, have a good time, the two of you. Yes, meet my linesman.
Seasonal greetings from today's referee, Mr. Gwyn Owen from Anglesey.
Tails it is.
And now Daly scores. And Daly makes it 1-0 for Manchester City and goes to get the acclamation of his new fans. Mistake here in the Everton defence, and it was easy for Steve Daly. That's 1-0 to Manchester City. Donachie, and on again for Daly. Daly getting into very advanced positions from midfield and very prominent, very influential on the opening phase of this game. Should be Hodges, and he's dropped it but recovered very smartly indeed. Heart-stopping situation for a goalkeeper, and he thinks he's got a ball like that. Came over here and Hodge had it, and suddenly it slipped out of his gloves, but he was very quickly down before Bennett. Latchford's header to Kidd, now King, and here's Ross free. Well, that's the story of Trevor Ross's season, that is. He keeps getting himself into the right place, but he cannot finish. Curious, he did it well when he was an Arsenal player. Sure he won't enjoy seeing this again. Plenty of space, toe under the ball. 3 up for City, 3 defenders back for Everton. 1 by Shinton for Bennett. Daly has come up to make a 4th for City, and Bennett is dancing his way through. Awkward for Lyons, and Henry has scored! The quick break caught Everton. City were up there even-handed, 3 against 3. Then Bennett did some good work, and it bounced awkwardly there for Lyons. He didn't quite know what to do with it, but Henry did. And Gary Stanley has had a bit of an unhappy opening half hour to this game, but now here is King letting in Ross, and Ross, a tremendous shot, well saved by Corrigan. Well, Ross was certainly on the mark that time. No complaints about that shot. Now at the other end, Shinton with Hodge. 5 yards outside the area and the ball out of play. But it was at the other end that the goalkeeper really was the hero. Ross, who'd put one shot earlier off target, here hammered it and kept it low, but Corrigan made a very good save from a very hard shot. Stanley, Kidd, Ross, and Goodman going to his right, and through the middle there is King, and Hartford's shot, well taken by Corrigan. Quick snapshot there by Asa Hartford, denied by his former teammate Joe Corrigan. Kidd, Wright. Latchford. Nicely played. King for Wright. That was a very good move, the best we've seen from Everton so far. Lovely build-up to get Billy Wright in for the shot. Latchford involved here. Then King with that little flick off, and Wright coming through, got the shot in under pressure and put it wide. And Daly again. Under pressure from Stanley. Stanley gets another bite. Still Daly. And Daly may in the end need to use Joe Corrigan, or he may look for a goal kick. What he's got is a throw-in for Everton. And he wasn't too thrilled about it either. King. Lyons. Hartford. And now King. Clear run on goal. And should have scored. Tried to make certain. May get it yet. Corrigan makes the save. Andy King, usually so deadly in those situations, wanted to make absolutely certain and maybe left it a tenth of a second too late. Here he goes. Dummies. Corrigan doesn't respond, and as Corrigan goes down, his knee saves. And then he's just in the right place to plunge with his knee again at the second. King's corner, headed out well by Booth. Back in by Ross, an appeal for handball, and it is given, but it's outside the area. So, Corrigan wanting 5 in that wall. That's what that outspread, upraised left hand means. And there it is from the front. He's got a good 5 in there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 almost. And Everton aware that here is a chance to blast themselves back into the game. Turn for Kidd, and he's done it! Brian Kidd, against his former teammates, pulls Everton back to 2-1. City were clearly worried that it could happen. Certainly Joe Corrigan was. All the time spent lining up that wall, but Everton beat it by the simple, classical means. A touch wide to change the angle, and a trusty left foot from Brian Kidd. Kidd. Forward by Ross, and what a good ball. King couldn't take it, maybe Hartford can, or perhaps Stanley. Got the impression again that Stanley wanted to make too certain of that. And it may be that these midfield players are conscious of the problems. Now, watch how he just controls that there, and then screws it across the face, perhaps hoping that someone else will touch it in. 3-man wall he wants. 3-man wall he's got. Played for Caton, who can hit them. Oh, what a good effort! And the referee now is going to have words with Bailey. Tommy Caton's shot went over. Referee and Bailey had words, but here was Tommy Caton very close to a well-controlled goal. Hodge didn't get a touch to it. Henry, Shinton playing the 1-2 for him, and Henry is through, and he stubbed his studs. Had the goal at his mercy, and it looked to me as though his studs may have stuck in the turf, and Hodge was able to snatch the ball up. This looked like the best chance of the game. Henry is clear through here, waits for the ball to catch up, and then somehow his right foot wouldn't go through with it.
And 2-1 to Manchester City is how it finished. Now that bonus match that I promised you, and it comes from West Germany, because yesterday the West Germans played Turkey in a European Championship match in Gelsenkirchen, a match that would decide whether the Germans went through to the finals in Italy this coming summer. Well, the Germans are in white here, with a 70,000 crowd just before Christmas. That's not bad. With a little chip there from Bonhoff, and a tremendous save by Şenol in the Turkish goal there. But the Germans went ahead after 16 minutes. And Klaus Fischer was the scorer of their goal. I must say there was a touch of offside there as the ball is played back to him. But the referee allowed it. The linesman kept his flag down. Rummenigge playing the ball in there. Clearly a hint of offside about it. but the goal stood. 1-0 then to West Germany. Ball played in again, Fischer, tremendous header of a ball, and the shot blocked there, and a tremendous scurry here in the Turkish penalty area until it's finally hammered away. In the second half, the Germans still had much more of the game. Stielicher again, who'd come from Spain for this game, just wide with that one, pushed around by Chanal, who was kept very busy the whole afternoon. Manny Kaltz now, one of Kevin Keegan's teammates out of Hamburg. Tremendous right back, having a great season, and what a lovely cross by him there, causing all sorts of troubles, but headed wide by Fischer, the number 9. And certainly anybody who talks about Turkey getting stuffed 3 days before Christmas is quite out of order, because in fact it wasn't until the very last minute of the game, after a substitution had been made and Zimmermann came on, that the Germans got their second goal, and it was scored in fact by Zimmermann almost with his first touch of the ball. Fischer again on the ball here, tries to get a 1-2 going there, Zimmermann. It comes back off a Turkish defender, in fact, back to the big defender, and he makes it 2-0. 2-0 to West Germany, and a win that qualifies them for Italy. Well, our final guest on the programme today can look back on 1979 with a real warm feeling. Jasper Carrott has made it big in 1979 as an entertainer, both on stage and on ITV. But maybe one thing that gave him as much satisfaction as that came a few weeks ago when he was invited to become a director of Birmingham City, a club that Jasper has supported for 25 years. Now, Jasper joined me for a little celebration in the Big Match office earlier this week. It's good to see you down in London town. It's been a marvellous year for you overall, hasn't it? Professionally.
Yes, Brian! this is the breath gap, is it?
Right. It appears that way.
Yes,
Well,
it's been a terrific year. Terrific year.
And as a professional...
Well, thanks very much, Brian.
That's
really, really nice talking to you.
I can see you're in a very forthcoming mood today.
Yes, I suppose it's the... after 10 years, it's something that you work towards, and then when it actually arrives, you don't even realise it until someone like yourself says, hey, it's been a terrific year. And you look back and you think, yeah, let's hope next year's as good.
And the culminating thing, of course, was Birmingham City, a director.
Yes.
Tell me how that came about.
I started off 25 years ago, and I supported Birmingham, and they won promotion from the second division. And the next year, they got to the cup final. They lost, but they got to the cup final. I thought, this is the team for me. And they've done sod all since. And but I've kept in there, hoping,
There must have been a few cracks, though, when you came onto the board.
Oh, crikey, dozens, things like if they haven't got enough comedians on the field, now they put them into the boardroom. The best one was like Jasper Carrott has joined the board of Birmingham City. It's a bit like accepting the purser's job on the Titanic. Which is a bit cruel.
Which is a bit unfair, I mean, on Jim Smith and his men at the moment, because you're doing pretty
They're
well.
riding very well, and I've managed to get Bovril into the boardroom, so that's changed things considerably. But it's very strange, obviously. There's a whole tradition with boardrooms, and football has changed over the years, except boardrooms, I think. And it's a little unnerving, sort of, bad luck, old chap, lost 5-0. Well, that's the way it goes. We've just had a couple of lucky goals, and it's all that sort of, everyone's very nice now, and then you get in the car and drive home, and you go, wait, stop.
And that's it for today. Hope very much that we've been able to please everybody in the family, whether you happen to be a football fan or whether you're not. But above all of us on the Big Match team hope that you have a very happy Christmas.